subject, just give you some knowledge on the technical side. So just try to grab how much you can on this part. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you able to see my screen, right, everyone? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So this SAP, okay, is designed in a software by name ABAP. Okay, it is similar to your C languages. If you heard about C, C++, right? Oops, concept similar to that. Okay, now like you might be using some operating system. Even that has not come by itself. Certain logic gone behind it. Certain software, right? Gone behind it, right? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So now every software, they follow a certain architecture, certain pattern to it. What should come first, second, third, like that, right? They follow an architecture to it. Okay. Now that architecture is nothing but it has got 3 layers in SAP. Okay. Like a presentation layer, application layer, and your database layer. Again I say this is not your subject. I'm just giving you a technical knowledge on this. Daniel, clear? Bharti,
Yeah.
Manoj,
Yeah.
database layer. Now this is the architecture. This is how it has been set up. When SAP started, when they came into being, when they initially started, all these 3 layers were under one box. One box means under one system completely. I mean to say, if there was one system, suppose ABC company was going for an implementation, all these 3 layers has to be installed in each and every system. If there were 100 people, 100 users, in 100 users they have to install all these 3 layers. Let us see what are these 3 layers. Presentation layer. The best example for a presentation layer will be your own desktop, right, through which you are interacting, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you are using Windows 7, Windows 8, whatever you are using. It is only through your desktop that you are interacting with your application layer, right? That Windows software, right?
Yes.
Right, that is where. Database is somewhere you are storing that, whatever you are doing, activity over there. Here, the presentation layer, what we call as a GUI over here, which is nothing but graphical user interface. How does it look like? See, this is how it will look like. You see here, this icon. This is your presentation layer. This particular software, what you are seeing, this presentation layer, it will be installed in each and every system of the user. This one, this layer. This is how you will try to interact with your application layer. This is how you will interact into the software, SAP software. So this is application is nothing but your SAP software. Database layer is where you do the storing part. Whatever you are doing those activities, you are trying to store there. SAP kept itself independent. What do I mean by independent of itself? It means SAP never said only use my database, MaxDB. You can go ahead and use Oracle database. You can use what is it, Microsoft one, SQL database, and so on. It has never restricted to use only their database. You can go for any database, but these two only you have is recommended whatever SAP is using it. So when SAP started, all these 3 layers were put in each and individual single system of it. Okay. Now further, when client server architecture came into being, client server. Okay. Client server architecture. Any idea, anybody, what's client server architecture? Hello?
The client server is like we have two layers where one is the desktop is a client and server is like located at some other locations.
So what? Correct. The best example will be your internet. You're
Correct.
trying to access your Google or your Gmail or your Yahoo. Do you know where the server is located, Bharti? Are you sure?
No.
Similar to that. So when that architecture came into being, what SAP has done is they kept this presentation layer in one box. Okay, these two layers in another box. Another box means servers.
Okay.
Now these presentation layer were installed in each and every system. Every user used to have this, but not SAP software in a database. This was installed in one particular system. The best example will be, now what will happen when you are working with your vendor, big classes over here, what they'll do is they will install this GUI on your system, this GUI software on your system, this one. They'll install this, but not the application and the database. They'll not install this. This will be installed somewhere else. Okay, even I don't know where it is, neither you don't know where it is. Clear? Getting this? This will be somewhere else. This will be put in another box. This will be installed. Through this, you will try to interact with this. Okay, getting this? Any confusion? Daniel, Manoj,
Good.
Bharti?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. So this kind of an architecture came into being when client server architecture came, when internet came into picture. So this kind of an architecture is called two-tier architecture. Two-tier architecture. Okay, this kind of an architecture. And this on the top, whatever you are seeing, this kind of an architecture is called as a single tier architecture. Single tier architecture. Okay. Further, what they have done? Yeah. What was the question?
Which one is single? Which one is single tier architecture?
This one. All in one box.
Okay.
Further, what they have done? Further, they bifurcated into three. Further into all the 3 into 3 different boxes. This kind of an architecture is called three-tier architecture. Three-tier architecture. Single to three-tier architecture. Okay. So what will happen in this? All are at different places. The application layer different location, presentation different, database layer different location. Something like that. This will be all installed on all the users, whether it is an SAP consultant, users, whatever it is. Okay, who are using it. This application layer, this particular box, what I'll do, I'll give it to one consulting company, let's say TCS, to handle this. Database which is very crucial to me, which need to be done, this particular box I'll give it to Infosys to handle this box. Getting this, Manoj, Bharti?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This is, and technical side, this is how, you will not see in reality how this is installed and all that. It is only, it will be shown for you is, it will be given you only this presentation layer. That's it.
Okay.
In this presentation layer also, they'll give you which box, which application layer you can access through this. Here they'll mention like this. You keep on getting so many, it will be here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this servers. So which one you are authorized to use and everything, all the details will be given to you. Okay. Even we don't know. Like this Now SAP never recommends this kind of an architecture. This is vague now. Okay, at least it says minimum 2-tier architecture, you have to go for it. Minimum requirement. Okay, big companies opt for this kind of an architecture, 3-tier architecture. Any questions still here?
No.
No questions. Okay. So what I'll do now, next. Somebody was questioning. How do you spell this, Manoj?
UNESCO.
Spell it.
UNESCO.
Okay. How do you spell this?
Even know.
Huh? Manoj, how do you spell
Yeah.
this?
Even
Do we spell? Spell it, spell it. You are telling each individual letter in that.
okay. You know.
Do we? Can we spell these words? These are
that's
what?
not-
These are what?
Abbreviations.
Abbreviations. So you cannot spell this. Right? You have to say a single, because each single letter over there is a meaning to it. United Nations of Organizations. Right? Like this you say, right?
Yeah.
You cannot spell this. Similarly, how do you say this then?
SAP.
So never say?
SAP.
Right, Manoj?
Yeah.
I hope you got it right now.
Yeah.
Okay, in German it's some filthy word, man, if you say so. Okay. Next. So what I'll do is, let's go through like how to log on over here. See, you know, what I'll do is, I'll come out of this, close this. Okay, this will be installed. So what will they'll give you? Some credentials they'll give you like this. This will be the credentials that will key in, like the application server name, instance number, system ID, all this they'll key in. The vendor will give you all this. Okay, you just double click on this. Okay, there is a user to it. Now you are seeing a word client right over here, see?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Then there is a 3 digits to it. 800 over here. We'll see what is this client. User, normal, you'll give your username, whatever user they'll give it to you, your vendor. Password is case sensitive, so you have to give the password. If you give thrice, I think it gets locked. That is how they have set it up. Enter.
Okay.
So the moment you log in, you are seeing the first screen by name SAP Easy Access here. Right? First screen. The first screen what we seen is SAP Easy Access. This is what you are seeing. This screen is basically used by the end users. End users are nothing but the employees of the firm to whom we have done the implementation, right? Hello?
Yeah.
Not the firm. We as a consultant, that means we, SAP consultant. SAP consultants, what we do here? We do testing. Then where do we do the configuration then? Right? See here now. Now, if I want to reach to a particular folder, what we used to do? Normally, you double click on this My Computer. You right click on this, right? Like this.
Yeah.
You explore. Right? Here, if you want to go to a particular folder, this is how you go, right? whichever
Yeah.
way you want to go. Right, Bharati? Daniel?
Yeah.
This is like a path, right? One,
Yeah.
2, 3, like this path. Similarly, in SAP also, if you want to reach out to a particular location or a particular wherever you want to do a config, it's called a path, like this. See, tools, customizing, IMG, like this. Execute project. You see here?
Yeah.
Tools, customizing, IMG, execute project. I double click on this here. Then I go to this SAP reference IMG here. So I've come back to another screen called IMG screen. See, this is an IMG screen. So altogether what we have seen, one is SAP Easy Access screen, another one is a IMG. Now this IMG screen is where we do all the configuration as well as developments activities. So who does this all? All will done by the SAP consultants, not the users. This is where we'll spend a lot of time over here. After configuration, testing. Configuration, testing. So your SAP here, it consists of two screens. One is SAP Easy Access screen, another one is an IMG screen. So it is this IMG stands for implementation guide. Two screens. Now in this IMG screen, like whatever configuration you need to do, again you need to reach out through a path. See, suppose I go to an enterprise structure. If I want to define a company like this, I'll drill it down like this. Definition, financial accounting. Here, can you see define company? Now if I want to read, what does this mean? Just beside this watch, you have this documentation. Click on this. So you can read this. Like a notes. What you people ask. Clear? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now if you want to reach out into this screen, you need to click on this watch over here. Like this. Then you do the configuration of it. Now this is one way is through a path. Another way through how do I reach? I don't want to go through a path. Now can you see just beside execute project there is SPRO, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are 4 letters to it, right? So this 4 letters I'll key in over here. See here. And this is called as a command field. SPRO. Same what I've seen. It is given over here. SPRO. Just press enter or just say continue over here. Or enter. Enter in your keyboard. Can you see here? Shortcut of this. Reaching via transaction code. So one we have seen via path. One we have seen via transaction code. Clear?
Mm-hmm.
I'll be using this called TC. Here, transaction code. Now this, it will not be available in your system when you log in. So how you get this is, let's see here. I'll just show you how it looks like first. Extras, settings. I'll just show you. So it will be something like this at your end. You don't know what are the transaction codes for this. It will be like this. So make it a note somewhere in your paper. Extras, settings. So click on this, select this, display technical names. And I expect that you people keep one book and your pen in handy at your end.
Question.
Yeah,
We are going to have these recorded videos, right?
that's right, brother. But for this particular thing, you will go through the recording. You need to keep on pulling. So there are certain things you can note it down.
Right.
Okay, so always keep one book, a pen handy at your end. Continue. Select this, continue. Now you see here, tools, customizing, IMG, you got? Right? So this is how you should do it in order to get into your system. Now see here, SPRO, reference IMG, Here, I reach it. Structure, definition, financial accounting. What about the transaction codes for these then? These also should have transaction codes, right, Bharti?
The clock is that to open, right?
Clock is open, but what I don't want to go by a path drilling down like this.
Okay.
I want to go by a transaction code for this. How to get this? Additional information over here.
Okay.
IMG activity. Note it down, please. Done? Hello?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. See, the last 4 digits over here. Can you see here? Alphanumeric. OX15. Right? So what we'll do, we'll use this OX15 just to show you. Back. I don't want to go through a path, so what I'll give here I'll give OX15. Okay? Enter. Got it directly? This screen? Clear? Manoj, Daniel?
Yeah.
Bharti? Okay.
Yeah.
So this is via transaction codes. Now even if you say no, I don't want to reach via transaction codes, what you can do is you can add this to a favorite, certain important one like IMG, right? Like this particular thing which you keep on doing it. Just right click on this, just say add to favorites. So what are the moment you do it will come here. So I'll say add to favorites here. Come over here. So rather than drilling it down every time, see I just double click on this. Clear? So one is via transaction code I've shown you, one is via path I've shown you, I've also shown you how to add to favorites. Hey, this is not your topic, man. I'm just going through all the technical side of it. Okay. Add to favorites. Any questions, anyone? Till here?
No.
Okay. Now if you see here in the below when I'm showing over here, this is my logon pad, SAP logon, right? GUI, right? This is my first screen which I have opened, first one, right?
Yeah.
Bharti,
Yes.
first session you can call like this. Like if you are accessing your net, right? Like this, if I'm accessing my net, how many tabs can I open like this? Bharti, any idea? Like this, see? Right, tabs, right? We can open like
Yeah,
this, right?
multiple tabs.
Yeah, multiple. So you can work on multiple sessions like this, right?
Yeah.
Like this you can work, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Similarly over here, see this is the one session I've opened up. Let us see in how many sessions can I work at a time. So can you see here this icon I'll create. This creates a session. Another session to you. So how many do we have now? Bharti, 2, right?
2,
Yeah.
3.
Now I go for another one. 3, 4, 5, 6. Let us see how many are over here. Count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more I'm going. What it says?
Maximum number of sessions reached.
So how many can we do?
7?
6.
Oh,
7 it stopped me, right?
okay.
At a time you can work on a 6 sessions simultaneously. Okay. Now should I close one by one like this? See? One closing like this, right? See how many are there now? 5. See again like this. So rather than closing one by one, what you can do is use a transaction code /NEX. Exit. Okay. Or what you can do is close this way or just click on this middle one, log off, 11111111 you need to close, or /n ex, enter, gone, you're out. Clear?
Okay.
Make it a note, exit /n ex, transaction code for that. So again I'm logging in. Okay. SPRO, friends IMG. Okay. Suppose now I am into the screen. Okay. Now see, I'm giving here OX15. Right. This is for what?
Define a company.
Define a company. See here, I want to give it over here. OX15 and I press enter. See. It is not taking me through. See.
Yes.
See. But the same thing if I give in the easy access screen, see, OX15, I'm able to go, right, move to that another screen, right? But if the same thing I'm using there, it is not letting me go through. So here I want to conclude on this by saying is that if you want to give a transaction code, you can give it only in the first screen, that is in the easy access screen. Okay, here in the easy access screen. But if you want to use that OX15 in whichever screen you are in, then you have to use /n, which identifies new screen. N stands for. Hello?
Yeah.
OX15. Now it will change. Okay, OX15. Now I can go into in the same screen, it will change into a new screen. Daniel?
Yeah.
Okay. See, enter. Got it? Bharti?
Yeah.
Okay. Now there are two screens open up, see here now. Right? So if I want to go into SPRO now, /n, I want to keep this screen as it is. The screen should not change, but open up another session to it. So you have to give /o, O for orange. Then you give OX15. What will happen? It will open up another session. Okay, let's say not OX15, I'll say /o SPRO. Okay, which means the screen will be as it is and another session opens up with a IMG screen.
Okay.
See, enter. See, it got open, another one. So now I have this is one, this is another screen I have, plus I have the IMG screen also. So /n and /o. Okay, if you want to change it in the same screen, you want to change it /n. But if you want to keep the same screen and you want to move to another session with another transaction code, then use /o. Clear? Any confusion?
Can you repeat this again? /n is for?
New in the same screen. In the same screen, you want to change it.
Okay.
/n. No, I don't want to change. This session should be there as it is. Okay, this particular session should be there as it is. But it should open up another session with another transaction code, then /o.
Okay.
Clear, Bharti?
Yeah.
Okay. Now somebody asks you, what is the software that you are working in? You will say SAP. But in SAP also, what is that you are working on? Like you will say Windows XP, right? Service Pack 1, Service Pack 2, right? You'll have, right? Under that?
Yeah.
Similarly, in SAP, it is called as ECC 6.0 EHP6. This is what we are working on right now. This is the latest one. EHP6 stands for Enhancement Package 6. It's something that they just try to bring in some advancement to the software, plus if there are any bugs, they'll get rid of that bugs and give an enhancement package 6 to it. Like we name it version wise, right? Remember for the documents that we save, right? Version 1, version 2, right? For any changes that you make to a document. Anybody? Hello?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So similar to this, like if you go Windows XP, Service Pack 1, Service Pack 2, Service Pack 3, or Windows 8 or Windows 7, whatever you are using, right? Different versions are given to it. Similarly to that, ECC stands for Enterprise Core Component or ERP Core Component. Okay. Now we are working presently on this IDS version. This is an IDS add to it, but you'll never say in your CV or in your interview about this IDS. IDS is just you will have here, this stands for International Demonstration Education System, IDS. Okay, this IDS is basically SAP has given you to do the practice. In this you will have a default companies which are configured, set it up for you. Okay, this is basically for education purpose where you can practice. Okay, like OX15. These are all default companies are available here. See, specific to the country wise templates. Hello?
Yeah.
Default. All country specific are there available. Default templates are here all across. Okay, default IDS. It stands for International Demonstration Education System. It's all default country specific templates are available for you to practice. Any questions, anyone till now? No questions? Daniel, Bharti, Manoj?
No.
Okay, next. Now, I'll come out of this. Let me log in back again. Okay, I'll just end up by explaining you what is this client. Client. What do we get to know through this? Bharti, what does client means for you?
The end user, whoever is using.
Client means an end user for you. Daniel, for you, what does a client means?
I'm not sure.
Not sure, okay. But you heard about this word, right, client?
There are 4 other callers on the call.
Where you work for.
In a SAP implementation point of view, I can say like where we going to implement where for which client of ours.
Customer, you're saying?
Customer, yeah.
Customer. Okay, for you it's a customer. Okay. Okay, now let us see from SAP perspective, what is this client? SAP, as I said, it is designed in a software ABAP, right? Now, this ABAP, whatever the software is designed, right? This design in a form of, there will be certain languages they'll use, right? C languages, right? Different languages they'll use, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So here, whatever each configuration is there, no? Like this is one configuration for me, right? This is one particular configuration for me, right? This, if I go here, if I'm defining, this is one configuration for me, right?
Yeah.
Define company is one configuration for me, right? Bharti?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daniel? This is one
Yes.
configuration. So I'll say here each config is configured or let's say rather than configured, set up in the form of table. Clear? Not clear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do I mean? Now whatever configuration I'm seeing, right, this configuration is associated with a table. This configuration, one table is associated to it.
Yeah.
Okay, so each configuration is a set of table. So you think you will define only company, there is no other configuration, Manoj?
Yeah.
Huh? You think you will define only company and that's it over SAP? There will be so much configuration goes into it, right?
Yeah.
Right, not only company, you will be configuring many other things, right?
Yeah.
So imagine there are SD, MM, PP. So imagine how many tables there might be. When I say each configuration is set up in the form of a table means how much configuration we do means how so many tables are there, right?
Correct.
Aarti?
Yes.
Daniel? Right. So I conclude by saying here that client is nothing but set of tables. Right. See what is happening when I'm logging in. This is a client, right? Hello.
Yeah.
So this client is consists of set of tables. Agree? Disagree? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I'm moving into this is nothing but I'm trying to access those tables, right? All these tables. Behind that, whatever configuration I'm doing is nothing but my set of tables. So client is set of tables plus it's a master data. So right now we are not into that. So just save for time being set of tables only. Okay. So this is about the client. Now why only 800 over there? Why not any other number? Right? So if you want to see how many clients are there in this particular system, in this particular server or in this particular SAP, you go to a transaction code SCC4, note down. Yeah, again I repeat, man, this is all technical. This is nowhere to your subject, FICO. Daniel, Bharti,
Okay.
Yeah.
Manoj.
Yeah.
Okay. So don't take it hard. What is he teaching all this about? Enter. So these are the clients. See, can you see all these? Who create these clients? These clients are created by the basis consultant. Okay.
Basic consultant means like the ABAP consultant you're saying?
No. Similarly, like an ABAP consultant, I think you have not given the demo video. Did they give you the demo video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. If you have gone through, I have given a little bit gist on each and individual modules, what they reflect for. So basis is a module, basically will be a person who is having a knowledge on the hardware and networking side. This SAP basically installation activities, security like user IDs, passwords and all, everything are driven by this basis consultant. He's called by the name basis consultant, BASIS.
Okay.
Okay. Now he creates these clients. Now if you see here this 800, 800, 810, 811, 812, these are the clients be created. Now these are by default available for IDS, But if Manoj, if you go and buy a particular SAP software for your own company, you will not find these clients 800, 809, 810, 811, 812. You will not find this. These are basically for education purpose. What you will see when you buy a software, Manoj, you will see only these three clients. That's it.
Okay.
These three you will see. So what you have to do is, the basis consultant in your company, what he'll do, he will try to copy with this 000 is there, right? With this 000 he'll copy and create a client by whatever client name you want. You say I want 600, 601, 701, 400, whatever. Apart from these three, you cannot use these numbers. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
So he'll go ahead and create this. So the transaction code for that is CCL. Yeah, client copy. Can you see here?
Yeah.
Okay,
What is
this
it?
is the transaction they'll use.
What is the T code?
SCCL. You don't need to worry about it. Actually, there's a basis consultant who will use this.
Okay.
Okay.
I have one
So
question.
they'll
Right?
huh?
I have one question there. It's like while creating the client copy, we have the previous screen we have mentioned about the locations like the German, US, and all. So it is linked with that, or if we're creating a new copy, we can customize that location.
No, I did not get you because your voice is breaking in between.
Here, like the client, suppose 812, we have a city called of US and Dallas. So here, the question is like, it's already linked with an 812 is linked with the USA, or it is just by default it's coming up here.
No. When you are copying a client, like when I'm 000, when I'm copying the client, it will contain all these details. City, all this you will give it.
Okay. So if I
Okay.
create an if a basic of SAP, if creating a new client, so he has a rights to give any city there, like.
Yes, obviously. Suppose you are setting up a company in US. So when he is doing a client copy of this, when he copies this, the moment he copies this, it will tell you, it will ask, do you want to make changes to this?
Okay.
So immediately he'll change. Currency it will go to USD. Okay, he will change this, all these respective changes he'll do as per the requirement.
Okay.
And then he'll create a client for you.
Okay.
Okay. So these are the three clients available. The purpose of these three is similar, almost same. Either you can copy from 001 or 000. The purpose of this 066 early watch, what you're seeing is basically, if you are having any bug or any particular error or any particular issue, it is that SAP, they log in through this particular client 066. Okay. Hello. They will log in through this. They will log in through this and they will verify and resolve your issue. Also, this SAP software is basically bought in the form of user licenses. Anybody bought antivirus? Hello?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It is bought based on user licenses, right? Single user, 2 user, 3 user.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you are buying, similarly this also, this SAP software is bought on the user licenses. Okay. For maybe for FI I need 5 users. I'm not categorizing. Below users also, again you have a development user, end user also. Okay. Just keep it till users only. So under users, FI I want 3, SD I want 4, or MM I want, materials management I want so many users, like that you can purchase. So once you have purchased the user licenses, when SAP want to audit, actually you bought for so many users, but if you are using more than that what you have asked for, then you will be charged for that. Clear?
Yeah.
And also there will be annual maintenance charges for this, but depending on that user licenses what you have bought.
Okay.
Okay. So this they log in through 066. Through clear till here?
Yeah.
Client? Any questions on the client? No questions, right?
No.
This should be very clear for you people till now.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we have seen to the client also. We have gone through the paths. SAP Easy Access. Okay. So tomorrow once we meet up, I'll start the enterprise structure. We'll move little bit towards the SAP side. Then again, in this again, I need to go back to the technical side when I'm defining, explaining you about the enterprise structure. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So see you tomorrow. Any questions? Let me know. And Manoj, just go through the demo video, no? Once, if
Sure.
you have time, just go through that
Sure.
video. Any questions? Just let me know. In that, I've just given a brief one.
Sure.
Okay.
I'll do that. Yeah.
So,
Question.
what about software is installed on your systems?
No.
No.
Okay, just do it by tomorrow so that I'll just start with a little bit towards the SAP side so that you can start working around on that. Okay.
We don't have the information.
You did
How
not
to
get the you need to talk to your vendor, Manoj.
Okay.
Okay. That big classes, right? You have
Okay.
everyone over there,
Yeah.
right? You need to
Yeah.
talk to them. They'll do that activity for you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Daniel.
So the classes will be held at the same time, right? Are we going to move? Because somebody said eventually.
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
move to,
I'll move it. Give me another 2 days of time. I'll just move it back.
Okay.
Okay.
It should not be little early for us, for me at least.
Yeah. So I'll move 1 hour ahead.
Ahead means little early.
Now what time you people have joined, right? You will join 1 hour late. An hour late.
Thanks.
Right.
Okay. Thanks.
An hour late to it. Okay. So give me 2 days time. Okay.
And
Alright.
it will be 1 hour class only?
How many hours do you want?
No, because in the demo you were saying like slowly you'll move it to 1.5 hours.
Yeah. Slowly I'll move it.
So for the first 2 weeks it will be 1 hour class?
Yeah, approximately. Let's see how you people pick it up. Then based on that, I'll just take it forward.
Okay.
Okay. Taking me for 3 hours or 2 hours or okay, I'm okay with it. But it's how you people take it over there.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So depending on your speed, how you are picking up, depending on that, I usually move forward.
Okay.
Okay.
So the vendor will share the demo, the video.
Shared what about this particular class you're saying?
Yeah.
The vendor will send you, man. Daniel,
Okay.
he'll
Yeah.
send you on your mail ID.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you. See you tomorrow, same time.
Thank you.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
Thanks.